Hello everyone, so we start with this x is our variable, and what's happening to that, it's being multiplied by -4, and those guys, when they're being multiplied together, are being added to this 9. So let's just document that. We have our plus 9, that's one thing that happened, and our -4 times x. Right, so we just added that multiplication sign. Okay, so how are we going to get rid of these? Remember, we want x by itself. So instead of adding 9, we're going to do the opposite, that is -9. And remember, this is our first layer. Right, the 9 is on the outside layer, so we're going to do that first. And how are we going to deal with this -4 multiplied by x? Well, what's the opposite? It is division by 4. So that's our second layer. Let's put a 2 next to that. Okay, now we have everything we need to solve this. Isn't that great? So, first step, remember, these guys are the first layer, and this is the second layer. So let's subtract the 9. So -9, -9, 9 minus 9, that's a good one. We can do that. That is 0. So this side, just gonna keep it equals -4x there. That's 81 minus 9, that is 72. Awesome. But how do we get rid of the -4? Well, let's check back to our inverse operation, was divide by -4. Oops, that's -4 up there. So we're going to divide by -4, divide by -4, and what is 72 divided by -4? Well, I know 72 divided by 2 is 36, so half of that is 18. And we're going to make it a -18. Right? So 72 divided by -4 is -18. These cancel. We're done with them. So -18 equals x. And because of convention, we do this. X equals -18. All right. Let's get on with this. Let's do the next one, but you're gonna do more of that. This is for you to do. So first step is, well, I'll do this part for you. I'll tell you that we're looking for the x. I'll tell you it's being multiplied by a -3, and again we're adding 9. So why don't you take a little moment and write out the operations. Do step 2. Okay, well, hopefully this is what you did. You said we're adding 9, and we are multiplying by, what are we multiplying by? -3. So -3 times x, and we are adding 9. Okay, let's keep going. What are the inverses? Let's find the inverse operations. So opposite of adding 9, can you tell me? Why don't you do both of them? Wait. This one is -9, this one is divide by -3. And let's look back at our layers. What was the first one? Was the 9. So we're going to end up doing that first. What was the inner layer? That was the -3. So we're going to divide that next. Okay, so let's keep going. Remember, we have our x, we have our -3, and we have our adding the 9. Okay, so first step, what are we going to do? Our first step, we're going to subtract 9. minus 9 minus 9. 18 minus 9 is 18 minus 9 is 9 equals negative 3x plus 9 minus 9. Remember, they cancel, so we have negative 3x. And now we're going to divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Where did we get that negative 3? Remember, that came from our second step up here. Divide by negative 3. So 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3 equals x, and great, x is on the left side. We are done. X equals negative 3. Okay, next one, since I'm a nice guy, I'm going to do that one for you. It is going to be red. Okay, 2 plus x over 3. So remember, we have our x. We're dividing it by 3. Then we're adding those guys to 2. So we can, again, write our operations. Divide by 3 and adding 2. Let's put a 1 next to that, adding 2. Let's put a 2 next to that, dividing 3. Because this is the first layer, adding 2 is the first layer, and dividing by 3 is the second layer. Well, let's see how to get rid of these guys. So, adding 2, the opposite is subtracting 2, dividing by 3, dividing by 3, the opposite is multiplying by 3. Okay, by 3. Okay, so how are we going to deal with this? Remember, our first step, we said this was 1, this was 2. So this was on the outside. We're going to subtract 2. Minus 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. And we have x over 3 equals 5. Awesome. Now, last step, and we're about to be done. Times 3 times 3. And do you know what it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? Go ahead. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is what you said too. You said x equals 15. Okay, and now on to the last one. Let's see what color it is. Ending with the purple. So, we got our variable as an x. We're dividing it by 4. We're subtracting 7. So let's go. Number 1. What's on the outside layer? It's the minus 7. Right? What's on the inside layer? It is dividing by 4. So let's look at the inverses. Okay, we're going to go plus 7. Okay, why don't you tell me the next inverse? What's the inverse going to be for dividing by 4? Multiplying by 4. Okay, that's the second thing. Let's keep a 1 there and a 2 there. And let's keep going. What was the first thing we were going to do? Do you know it? Probably know it. I'm going to tell you right now. Plus 7 to both sides. So, what's 2 plus 7? 2 plus 7 is 9. We got x over 4 equals 9. Okay, great. What's the next step? We said it before. We said times 4 times 4. So what do we have in the end? We have x equals 36. And that's it. Good luck. Best of luck.